According to the American Heart Association, obesity in children has doubled and quadrupled in adolescents in the last 30 years. Good evening, members of Congress. I come to you today to ask for the first Friday of July to be day one of the National Child Obesity Weekend. Why a weekend instead of just a day? A day is not enough to provide a chance of change for our future generations. Providing a weekend of activities, shows, games, informative gatherings, sports events, the serving of healthy food choices, and more would give children more of an opportunity for that change in their way of life. These events not only involve the children, but also the parents, showing them ways to be active together and eat healthy together. According to the prevalence of obesity in the United States between 2009 and 2010, for children between the ages of 2 and 14, shows that there's 18.6% of boys and 15% of girls that are obese in the United States. 36.6% of children under the age of 14 are obese just in the state of Texas. The young ones that will in time stand where we stand today are at risk for health issues that are beyond their understanding at this point in time. The CDC has reported that obese children have higher risks of cardiovascular disease as well as high cholesterol. There were tests that found that 70% of youth that are between the ages of 5 and 17 years old have at least one of these health issues. Adolescents have more of a chance to get pre-diabetes, and if not addressed, the development of diabetes is higher. All obese children between the ages of 2 and 19 could develop issues with their bones and joints, having problems sleeping, and have social barriers. Not only are these obese and overweight children at risk for health issues, but their self-esteem, confidence, self-worth is also crippled. I ask Congress to create this chance for our young ones that struggle with the nationwide health problem to be active, social, and learn healthier habits that can benefit them to be the best that they can be, and not let obesity hold them back from doing and being who they wish to be. The events that will be available to these children over that weekend are things like signing up for baseball and softball and soccer and kickball games, to be active with their parents. Their parents will be with them in the games whenever these games are performed. They will take part in being active and not just sitting in the stands playing with their phones watching their children. Health foods will be provided, such as food trucks and other events from people who are willing to create the healthy environment for children to be active with their parents and show that they can change the way of their lifestyle. Children are affected so strongly by role modeling, especially by their parents, teachers, mostly from the staff at the school also. When it comes to cafeteria food that's provided for the children at schools, it is not healthy for them to be eating these greasy pizzas, nachos, and Frito pies that are available to the children. Children should have scheduled meals that are healthy and have the vegetables and greens necessary to keep them energized and healthy, as well as having active recess as well as PE classes. Now, recess is one thing that seems to be taken away from children these days. I have heard personally my niece who does not have recess in her school anymore. It's only certain days of the week that they will have a so-called recess. Now, this restricts the child's mind. There has been studies by the CDC that it shows that children who are more active in having their lunch and then going out for 60 minutes and being physically active in whatever they're doing, being outside, these things helps their brain function better, helps them remember cognitively all of the things needed in schools. There's been tests that show between students who have recess and who do not have recess that shows them having issues such as not retaining the information taught to them because of the lack of recess. And I ask you, why? Why do we take something that mentally helps our children learn just to give them more to have to learn? Because the reason recess was taken was to give more of a learning period for kids, to give them more of learning opportunity. And this is great. This is great. Let's focus on tests and things like that. But cognitively, they're not. Their brain is overloaded, especially in the young children in elementaries and middle schools. Those are the groups of children that really need that active 60 minutes a day to be outside, to be playing anything that gets them moving so then they can mentally be able to perform the best that they can be in the classroom. Students that are between the ages of 2 and 17 years old, this is the prime of the time that we need to take care of our future generations, that we need to focus on them staying away from vending machines, staying away from fast food restaurants, staying away from electronics. Screen time is another thing that has been devastating children. And to give them a weekend of active, fun-filled outside time with their parents and family would give them the opportunity to think about, hey, I love doing this. I love playing baseball. I love playing kickball. Maybe I should sign up for this. Maybe I should and parents will also see the change in their child, will see that they want to be in these things. But obesity, being obese, can hold them back. Because of bullying, being made fun of. These things can push a child down with their self-esteem to the lowest point, to where they don't feel that they can be involved in these types of things because of the way they look, the way they feel, and because of what other children would say about them. It's hard for a child to know just because the parent tells them, you're beautiful, you are perfect just the way you are. But when you have people, other children at school that tell them different, who do they believe? It's hard for them to know who to believe and what to believe. So we as adults, seeing this issue, need to put out something to get our children to move and be active. And this National Child Obesity Weekend will be a step forward in the correct direction to get our kids to be more active and to make better choices when it comes to their health. They will have so many health issues in the future that it is hard to be able to understand what they will go through unless you are in their shoes. I hope that you will make a decision to pass this amazing opportunity for our future and for the future of all of our children around the country. Please say yes to doing this, to doing the National Child Obesity Weekend. Thank you for your time.